Imagine opening your fridge, thinking you're doing the right thing by keeping your food fresh, only to discover that some of the things you're storing there might actually be doing more harm than good. Not just spoiling your meals or changing the taste, but potentially increasing your cancer risk without you even realizing it. Sounds shocking, doesn't it? But it's true. Many of us have been taught to pop almost everything into the fridge to make it last longer. But the truth is, there are certain foods, common everyday items, that actually become dangerous when refrigerated. Some can develop harmful toxins, while others change in chemical structure in a way that could quietly wreak havoc on your health, especially as we age and our bodies become more vulnerable to subtle threats. In this video, we'll explore 7 seemingly harmless foods you should never keep in the fridge and how doing so could raise your risk for serious illness, even cancer. We'll also talk about what happens to these foods when they get cold, the science behind it, and most importantly, how to store them the right way to keep your meals safer and your body healthier. If you're finding this kind of practical health wisdom helpful, go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. It really helps us keep bringing you content that can make a difference in your everyday life, especially if you're over 60 and trying to stay strong, sharp, and safe. By the end of this video, you'll not only know which common foods to stop refrigerating, but also understand how small changes in food storage can lead to big improvements in your long-term well-being. Let's dive right into this eye-opening list, because your fridge may be hiding more than just leftovers. It might be quietly sabotaging your health without you even knowing it. Let's start with tomatoes. Everyone does it, buys fresh tomatoes and places them right in the fridge, thinking it'll preserve them longer. But what actually happens is that cold temperatures damage the membranes inside the tomato, causing them to lose flavor and develop a mealy, unpleasant texture. But more importantly, this cold-induced change can also affect their natural antioxidant content. Tomatoes are rich in lycopene, a powerful compound that has been studied for its potential cancer-fighting properties. When you refrigerate tomatoes, you diminish their lycopene activity, robbing your body of its protective benefits. For seniors who already have a reduced antioxidant defense system, every little bit counts. Keeping tomatoes on the counter, away from direct sunlight, not only makes them taste better, but also keeps their health properties intact. Next up are potatoes. If you've been putting raw potatoes in the fridge, thinking it'll prevent them from sprouting or spoiling, you might be unknowingly increasing their toxicity. When potatoes are stored at cold temperatures, the starches inside them start converting into sugars. These sugars, when cooked, especially when fried or roasted at high heat, combine with amino acids to produce acrylamide, a chemical compound that has been classified by health agencies as a potential carcinogen. For seniors who often rely on home-cooked meals and don't always double-check storage rules, this small mistake can have lasting effects. It's far safer to store potatoes in a cool, dark pantry where the temperature remains stable and above refrigeration levels. Let's talk about onions now. Onions in the fridge? Sounds harmless, right? But what many people don't realize is that storing cut or even whole onions in the refrigerator can lead to moisture buildup, encouraging the growth of mold and bacteria. These microorganisms thrive in the cold, moist environment of the fridge and can release toxins that are harmful to ingest over time, especially if your immune system isn't as strong as it once was. As is common in older adults, this bacterial exposure can cause gastrointestinal upset or worse. Onions are best kept in a mesh bag in a well-ventilated, dry area, not in the fridge, where they can turn dangerous quickly without you realizing. Number 4 on this list is garlic. It's packed with allicin and other sulfur compounds that are fantastic for the heart, immune system, and even reducing cancer risk. But once you refrigerate garlic, it can sprout faster and lose much of its medicinal value. Even worse, when peeled garlic is kept in oil and stored cold, It creates the perfect environment for botulism, a rare but serious illness caused by bacteria that thrive in oxygen-free, low-acid environments like a jar of garlic oil. This kind of oversight in the kitchen could have life-threatening consequences, especially for seniors. Store garlic in a dry, dark area with plenty of airflow. Let it breathe and do its job naturally, without the cold interfering with its powerful healing properties. Now, let's discuss bread. Yes, bread can grow mold faster at room temperature if it's humid, but putting it in the fridge isn't a better alternative. Cold temperatures dry out the starch in bread, making it tough and tasteless. But more concerning is that cold, dry bread that's later reheated can also undergo chemical changes, especially in processed varieties that include preservatives and additives. Some of these additives, when repeatedly cooled and reheated, can break down into potentially harmful compounds. Seniors, who are often told to heat and eat leftovers, may unknowingly expose themselves to more than just stale bread. If you need to store bread longer than a few days, freezing it is a safer option. Just slice it and defrost only what you need. Now, how about honey? This one might surprise you. Honey is naturally antimicrobial and can last for years when stored correctly. But when you put honey in the fridge, it crystallizes faster and changes in texture. That alone might not sound dangerous, but the bigger concern is contamination. Once honey starts crystallizing, people often heat it in the microwave to melt it down. And that's where the risk begins. Overheating honey can break down its beneficial enzymes and even produce compounds that are potentially toxic, especially in low-quality commercial honeys. For seniors who rely on honey as a natural remedy for sore throats, digestion, or even memory support, this is an important detail. Always store honey at room temperature, tightly sealed and away from moisture. Finally, let's talk about oils, specifically vegetable oils, olive oil, and coconut oil. Some people think putting oil in the fridge extends its shelf life, but refrigeration can cause oils to become cloudy, thick, and in some cases, rancid faster. Rancid oils don't just taste off. They contain harmful free radicals that increase oxidative stress in the body, contributing to aging, inflammation, and potentially even cancer development. Seniors are particularly sensitive to oxidative stress because the body's natural defenses decline with age. Instead of refrigerating, store your oils in a dark cabinet, tightly sealed, and away from heat sources like stoves and ovens. The bigger picture here is that food isn't just about taste or convenience. It's about safety, especially as we get older. Our bodies change. Our immune systems aren't as resilient. Our digestive systems slow down, and we need to be more vigilant about what we consume and how we store it. The fridge isn't a magical vault that protects everything. Sometimes it does the opposite. It can alter the chemistry of our food, foster hidden toxins, or encourage bacteria to thrive in ways we don't see until it's too late. Every choice in your kitchen, from where you store your garlic to how you handle your tomatoes, affects your well-being in small but powerful ways. This isn't about fear. It's about empowerment. You have the right to know what habits may be silently putting your health at risk and the power to change them today. You don't need fancy gadgets, expensive health programs, or overwhelming lifestyle shifts. You just need a little knowledge, a bit of awareness, and the willingness to tweak how you manage the food you already buy and eat. And in doing that, you could be protecting yourself from everything from digestive issues to long-term, serious illnesses like cancer.